Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Trails of Code Steel. We finally made to Guerrilla Fortress, which is the very area that we were in the start of the game. The very prologue when we first opened up everything. So we finally get to see what happens, I guess, after the points we passed through in the very in the very prologue. I've been using prologue a lot. But the point is, we're here, and we're going to continue on from there. And if anything else, thank you all for the love and support, and let's keep on a-going. Alright guys, welcome back again. I believe we are supposed to talk to our team, if anything. Let me get out of here. I'm gonna check the map. Alright, so a whole party spread apart again, so I'm gonna start anywhere. Let's just start in the right half. The guest room. Oh, Emma's here. Okay. Should I talk to you, Emma? I can't seem to talk to you. I'm like right here. I can't. Oh, there you go. Oh, are you taking a rest, Emma? I did take a short walk around, but everything about this fortress is so imposing. Made me feel a little faint. I feel you there. Looking at Emma now, it's hard to believe she's the same person who almost single-handedly guided us through the castle. Reen? Nah, never mind. But there is one thing that's been bugging me lately, ever since we arrived in Legram. I feel like just out of the corner of my eye, I catch glimpses of this small black shadow following us. But ever since we got to the fortress, I haven't seen it. Really? Maybe you were possessed by something. Possessed? Yikes. That's kind of an unsettling thought. It is, isn't it? I'm glad I told her to go back when we reach Keldic. She's talking about Celine. Is there anything here? No? Okay. There should be the person over here. Briefing room. Oh, Sarah. What are you up to? Oh yeah, Toval gave me a call about what happened in Legram. So you had a mechanical monster show up outside the city limits? Yeah, Toval looked pretty concerned when we first mentioned it to him too. Do you know anything about them? Well, I'm no stranger to the group that makes them. They go by the name Ouroboros. They're a secret society of sorts that acts in the shadows all across the continent. A secret society? We don't know how many members there are, what they're capable of, honestly. We don't know much about them at all. What we do know is that they have access to technology more advanced than the most cutting-edge research institutes, and that they've been behind several crises that have threatened to shake the foundations of an entire nation-states. And these are the people who made those monsters? If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I'd find it hard to swallow, but there's no denying what we saw out there. Well, you don't need to come to grips with it just yet. We call the mechanical monsters like the one you guys fought archaisms. And lately, it seems like an awful lot of them have made their way onto the black market. There's been one sighting after another these days, all over the Empire and beyond. Wow, that's heavy. Does that mean there's a chance they might be plotting something here in Erebonia? Just in your opinion, I mean. Well, that's the tricky thing about them. It doesn't necessarily mean that at all. There have been cases where we know they put archaisms out into the wild purely to test their abilities, for example. Still, it's something to keep in the back of your mind at least. Right, I'll be sure to let the others know too. Interesting, so they're called archaisms. Alright, who's the next one over? We got... Alright. Oh, they're right in front of us too, hold on. Oh, I thought they'd be indoors, that's why. Okay. I heard about the fortress from my father, but seeing it in person really drives home its incredible scale. Oh yeah, your father helps train the Imperial Army in swordsmanship, doesn't he? I can see why he's so busy if he's going around training all the soldiers in places this massive. Indeed. I feel like the reality of that is finally sinking in for me as well. I have no idea how his teachings are actually being applied though. Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to find out during today's military training exercise. I'm looking forward to it. What about you, Fee? What about you? The soldiers here seem pretty well trained. Pretty well equipped too, like you'd expect from the Empire's biggest fortress. You need to put in some serious prep time if you wanted to topple it. Fee? I'm not sure that's something you should say within earshot of the soldiers. Old habits die hard. So you say. Alright, I guess the next one over is here. Wait, what is this? Are there any shops here? I actually want to visit some shops afterwards. What? Hold on, sorry. No, they would be labeled as such, I guess. I can always check it out later, though. Right now, I just want to talk to these people. Get to the main bits. Nightheart. So you're the students who have come to tour the fortress. Yes, sir. He's wearing an officer's uniform. I wonder if he's... This is Lieutenant General Walter, commander of Garrelia Fortress. He also serves as the division commander for the 5th Armored Division, which is stationed here. Ah, I apologize for not greeting you sooner, sir. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to tour the fortress. It really is an honor. Well, at least you aren't lacking in manners. Hardly built like a soldier, though. I have my doubts that you'd be able to endure the military's training regimen with a physique like that. You sure you're training them properly, Major? My apologies, sir. Though I hear the Academy has a former bracer as their combat instructor, they must really be scraping bottom. I've heard the Purple Lightning before, of course, but a bracer is still a bracer. Leaving such an important role in the hands of civilians is ridiculous. The famous stores isn't what it used to be. Well, no surprises there. It's like he fills in every box in the checklist for a stereotypical Imperial Army soldier. Anyway, as Fortress Commander, allow me to welcome you to Garrelia. Keep in mind, though, that we're constantly on alert for potential threats from the east. I have no problem with your class conducting your field study here, but see that you don't get in the way. Of course, sir. Very well. I'll take my leave here as I have business to attend to. Typical jerk, too. He's certainly strict. Well, he is responsible for keeping one of the Empire's most vital defensive fortifications running smoothly. Considering the ongoing tensions between the Empire and the Republic, you should be grateful he allowed you to come at all. I won't forget it. Now, I'm afraid I must excuse myself as well. You're welcome to tour the rest of the fortress, but don't try to enter the command center. Of course, good luck with your work, instructor. I'll see you later then. I haven't seen Machias and everyone else. Hold on a second. I might actually have to leave the fortress then. Hold on. Where's the exit? I don't know what's the exit here. Center Junction. And then Fortress, Mortar Pool, Imperial Army Base, Garrelia Fortress. They might be outside from here. Hold on. Not here. Mess hall. Alright. Look at that. Looks like this is the Fortress Airport. There might come a day when I find myself in a military airship. Are my bros here? Oh, yes they are. Crow and Machias. Crazy, it really is night and day. Yeah, it's hard to imagine two places more diametrically opposed. What's wrong, you two? Oh, we're just talking about how different this place is to Jirai. Jirai was super lively, but this place... I think Crow's having withdrawals now that he's somewhere without easy access to a casino at all times. I can't believe they're using Jirai. Every time I hear the word Jirai, I'm thinking of Tenchi Muyo. I can imagine. It seems like everyone's talking about Jirai these days, though. Was it really that amazing? It was. I didn't know what to expect with the recent annexation of it by Erebonia, but everything looked fine to me. It has offices and entertainment district, and all the people I saw were thoroughly enjoying themselves. I'd go as far as to say that they're happy to be under the Imperial government's control. I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh? Little Bird told me Chancellor Osborne was the one behind the annexation in the first place. It also told me he used some pretty forceful tactics to get them to agree. Of course, most of their tax money takes a brand new detour straight into the Imperial government's pockets. I wouldn't be surprised if he made the annexation happen just to fan his pocketbook. But paying taxes is a citizen's duty. It's only natural that they do so now that they're under Erebonia's protection, right? Sounds like this is a pretty complicated issue. Alright, good to know. Is there anyone else I need to speak to? Seems like we're good. I think the only ones I'm missing is Eustace and Millie. And I think after that we should be good. Hold on, let me check out the map. Fortress Motor Hall. How about there? Oh, yep, I was right. I like their emblem though. Seems like this is the hangar for tanks and armored cars. It's kind of staggering to see so many of them lined up in one place. It's more surprising to see... Oh, okay. I forgot about these two. I'm not looking forward to this. You've never seen any military exercises before, right, Reed? Yeah, this will be my first time. I take it you have then? Yeah, my dad showed me the one last time he brought me out here. He really does want me to join the military, but I really don't think I'll ever be suited for it the way he is. I get where you're coming from. The more I hear about his dad, the more curious I get. About you, Elise. Elisa. Elise. I'm not entirely sure how to feel so many accidents lined up like this. The Rhineford company makes these, don't they? Unfortunately so. I'm sure they'll be using them for this military exercise too. As far as I can tell, they'll be pitted against the older automated models. That sounds pretty brutal. The other tanks won't stand a chance. Well, that's kind of the point. They want to show off just how easily the accents can dominate them. Well, you don't get the chance to go eyes on with this stuff every day. I'll take the opportunity to see for myself just how competent they are. That's just like her. Alright, we're good on that. Imperial Army base. Alright, let's go through here. Or did I come from here? Guerrilla Fortress, command area. Freight platform. Okay, that's just, yeah, it's just a lot of places to explore. Wait, can we go through here? Holy cow, yes we can. Wow. Look at that. This place is huge. I can't believe the size of this place. Oh, given that uniform, you must be one of the students from Thor's. Feel free to look around all you like, but try to stay out of our way. We're all incredibly busy at the moment. So if you don't mind, I'd ask you to make your way to the corridor over there instead of hanging around here. Understood. Thank you very much. Might as well head over there. Ah, okay, there they are. Where are you guys hiding? Guys, are you okay? I'm just kind of shocked by how different the atmosphere here is from Xander Gate. Well, it is a major military base right on the border of Crossbell. Never imagined it'd be quite this big, though. This place is such a departure from Xander Gate that I can hardly believe that this is the same military. Although perhaps this is the true face of the Imperial Army. What about you, Eustace? This fortress is the very definition of oversized, and that's ignoring the excessive display of military power. I imagine that posturing is meant to show the Crozian provincial army that they could crush them on a whim. I forgot what this place probably means to you and your family. I suppose. While I don't agree with my father's actions, I can't say I'm comfortable with this fortress presence either. In fact, I find it hard to believe that anyone could sleep peacefully near a fortress like this. And finally, Millie. Aw, I guess you can't see it from here after all. We'd be able to see it from where the railway guns are, but they'll get mad if I get too close to them. What are you up to now, Milliam? You know that huge Orcus Tower where they're holding the trade conference? I'm trying to get a good view of that. Oh yeah, they mentioned it in the Imperial Chronicle and on the radio. Can you actually see it from all the way over here? That'd be incredible. Would I ever lie to you? I wish I could have gone with Gramps instead of being stuck on some stupid field study. Why'd you join Class 7 then? Speaking of which, they're going to be holding the keynote session there tomorrow. I wonder what they'll be talking about during it. Most people are thinking it's just so they can decide on finance rules and stuff for Western Zemuria. But I think it's really going to end up being about who Crossbow belongs to. Knowing Gramps, he might even try to get Crossbow to become a part of Arabonia. Seriously? The prince is going to be there too, so he'll probably just try and shake everybody up a bit. Unbelievable. To was there too though, so here's hoping things go well. I think I spoke to everybody. Am I missing anyone else? Alright, I think that about does it. Like, holy cat, what? Going the wrong way. Just want to see what else was here. I believe we've spoken with everyone. Am I missing anyone else in my party? No? I think I got everyone. Now we're heading back in. Alright, now let me super save. Hold on a second, where am I going? Guess we go back in here. Nope. This bulletin is to inform all Thor students that preparations for today's military exercise are now complete. Please assemble in the hangar immediately. Your transport is standing by. I repeat. That's Instructor Neidhart. The time must pass more quickly than I thought. I'm supposed to start making my way toward the hangar. Maybe I'll run into the others on my way. We board the armored cars and set off toward the proving grounds. The inside of the armored cars was narrow and cramped, and the smell of machine oil hung in the musty air. The car shook and rattled over the uneven ground, tumbling us around like an iron coffin on wheels. Eventually, after enduring 10 minutes of jaw-rattling travel, unable to even peek outside at the scenery, we finally arrived at Garelia's fortress, military proving grounds. Wow, Axen main battle tanks. There are plenty of older model tanks out there too. It even looks like they have airships here. Oh yeah, like the ones we saw in Nord. Welcome. Oh. So that's Elliot's dad. I don't see the family resemblance. Looks like the hair made the jump from father to son though. Reporting, Lieutenant General. Very good, Neidhart. An Instructor Valestein, I believe. Pleased to meet you. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lieutenant General Craig. Allow me to extend my deepest thanks for agreeing to cooperate with us for the Academy's curriculum today. Think nothing of it. Many of these fine youngsters may one day hold positions in the Imperial Army after all. Besides, I owe a lot to old General Van Dyke. Ah, and these must be... What a piercing stare. So this is Craig the Red. Elliot, my boy, it's so good to see you again. Huh? Wow, I was not expecting that. It must be half a year now since I last saw you. How have you been? That's a sharp-looking uniform you've got, too. I've seen the photos, but it looks even better on you in person. Dad, come on. Heh, you still got a long way to go if you want to put on some real muscle. There's a part of me that hopes you'll stay my little cherub forever. But you're a man of Erebonia, and the men of the Empire must be strong, stout, and ready for action. It was for your own good as a man that I held back my tears and enrolled you in the military academy. Dad, I can't breathe. I feel like everything I've been told about him was a lie. There do seem to be some differences from the stories. You kidding me? He seems like a cool guy. What a delightful commanding officer you have, Major. Words fail me. Dad, knock it off. I'll tell Fiona. Ahem. Moving right along. I'm Lieutenant General Olaf Craig, commander of the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I've been entrusted with the role of overseeing today's joint military exercise. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Likewise, sir. It's a pleasure, sir. You've got one heck of a dad, Elliot. Believe me, I feel it in the bones. Now let me give you a brief rundown of what will be happening. This exercise will consist of simulated battle conducted by 2 of our armored divisions. Armored regiments at the formation center, infantry, armored cars, and airships will work in tandem, using their maneuverability to the fullest to obliterate the targets. As our targets today, we'll be using previous model tanks that have been decommissioned from service. Autopilot functionality will allow them to evade and return fire, but they've only been armed with paint bullets. However, all the regiments taking part in today's exercise have been equipped with live ammunition. So you intend to actually destroy the other tanks? Ha! It would hardly be a live fire exercise if we didn't. The current time is 1400 hours, right on schedule. We'll now begin today's joint military exercise. Armored Division 4 and 5 commence combat operations. Glory to the Empire, the Imperial Army, begin. Yes, sir! 5th Armored Division Armored Regiment will advance first. Armored Car Regiment and Infantry Regiment follow their lead. 4th Armored Division Armored Regiment and Infantry Regiment advance together. Armored Car Regiment deploy to the left and right. It's like chess. Wow, it's certainly potent. So this is the kind of firepower it takes to fight a modern war. You said those tanks are called accents? Yeah, they're a type of main battle tank the Reinford Company developed 2 years ago. I've seen their spec sheets, but seeing their power firsthand tells you what numbers and decimal points don't. They might be the strongest heavy tanks on the continent. And the Imperial Army's got a couple hundred of those in the wings, huh? It's kinda crazy. You try fighting things like these head on, you won't stand a chance. That's as true for our own nation as it is for the others. I just can't get used to this. Just the sound of the artillery firing is enough to make me start shaking. I don't think that's something you should get used to. I mean, if the sound of guns in warfare ever stopped bothering you, I'd be worried. Reen. I guess this is another kind of strength. Thus, the military exercise came to an end. The 4th Armored Division, led by Lieutenant General Craig, withdrew to an encampment near the fortress. Meanwhile, we returned to the fortress where Major Neidhart outlined the results of the training exercise. After that... Sorry you had to wait for us to finish. Don't worry about it. We're the guest here after all. Thanks for your consideration. At the very least, I'd say dinner's a million times better than lunch was. I mean, it's hash beef day. That's an Imperial Army tradition, isn't it? Ooh, just the smell is making me hungry. Oh yeah, where'd your instructor go? She's a real looker. I was hoping to get a chance to talk to her. She went to see the fortress commander with Instructor Neidhart. She did ask us to eat without her tonight. Ah, right, well, if she's with Major Neidhart, it's hard to compete with those guys from 4th Armored Division. It'd be enough if they just had Craig the Red, but they've got the Major too, and he's kinda scary. Haha. Like a division of musclemen. Anyway, we shouldn't keep you tied up any longer. Your hash beef's gonna go cold. See you tomorrow, guys. Wow, it's actually delicious. It's like night and day compared to what we had for lunch. You're telling me. Oh, come on, guys. What's with all the gloomy faces? You think you guys might have had a bit too rosy of an outlook. What were you expecting to see out there? I'm sure you can understand at least a little about how I feel, or how we feel. It's like, has everything we've learned in our time at the academy been for nothing? Academics, the arts, individual skill in combat, none of those matter in the slightest in the real warfare, do they? It's true. If all you're looking to do is fight a war, you don't need any of those. All you need is plenty of troops at your command, the latest weaponry, and overwhelming firepower. Assuming you know the tactics to use them well and a strategy that employs them effectively, I suppose. The Accents are even more powerful than I was expecting them to be too. I remember my mother boasting about their capabilities when she was trying to sell them to the army 2 years ago, but to be honest, I'm feeling somewhat disheartened as well. I can't see there being a place for swords in the battlefield with weapons like those on the front lines. Well, I don't think that means individual combat skill doesn't matter at all. Still, I think maybe we've been misunderstanding something important all this time. What we saw in that military exercise today was power in its purest form. It has no morality of its own. It exists to bring about a result regardless of the ideals or principles of those who wield it. That's true. In a sense, the same could be said of a sword or a gun. And all the way up onto something as huge as Gorelia's railway guns too. I think I finally understand why they wanted us to watch that military exercise in the first place. They could have taught us in a less roundabout fashion. Well, it looks like you didn't wait for me to start the party. Instructor Sarah? So you spoke with the commander? Sure did. I've got up-to-date info on the trade conference too, as well as all the latest on the terrorists. So there's new information about the Imperial Liberation Front? Anyway, before I get to that, let me explain what you'll be doing tomorrow. In the morning, you're scheduled to participate in the Imperial Army's physical fitness training. In the afternoon, you'll be attending a special lecture where I'll bring you up to speed on that info I just mentioned. After that, you've been granted special permission to view the railway guns. I see. Looking forward to that. Sounds like we've got a pretty packed schedule. Well, we did bring you all the way out here, so we might as well make the most of it. Every nation possesses power in the form of a military, whether that military is large or small. Gorelia Fortress just happens to have that power in a very striking, easy to understand form. As students of a military academy, you have an obligation to know the scale of the power. The Empire of Erebonia wields at present a power you might one day be in charge of yourselves. What? Anyway, even a meeting that long couldn't keep me away from trying the famous hash beef rice. I've heard it's the only decent food they have around here, so I've been looking forward to this all day. We should probably finish eating. Yeah, though it's gotten a bit cold now. Maybe I'll go and ask for seconds. Oh, Eustace, if you don't want the rest of yours, can I have it? I'd sooner throw it away than give it to you. Nah, that's mean. Okay, that should do it. Alright, that covers today's quota. Whew, I'm looking forward to a nice long bath. Well, you know how every time there's a military exercise coming up, the workload gets pretty crazy like this. Still, at least managing inventory has gotten a lot easier thanks to the orbital net. They got everything hooked up in the network over in Crossbell, right? I wish the Empire would get on that a bit more. Think of the utility. Well, from the sound of it, you need special equipment to send signals through a wired connection to make use of it. And considering the size of the Empire, it's probably going to be quite a while before it's a widespread thing here. Huh? An orb mail? Looks like it's from HQ. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This right here is a problem with the orbital net. There's no such thing as off hours when they can just send you orders round the clock. What's going on? Get this. They're planning on doing some extra exercise tomorrow. That means we got outfit 20 accents with C units by tomorrow. 20! Seriously? Might as well start up another pot of coffee. We're in for an all-nighter for sure. Do we even have that many C units left? Actually, another lot came by freight just this evening. Exactly 20 if you can believe it. Guess we'll just have to get it done. Crap. At least let us take a shower. I'm gonna head down to the mess hall and grab some snacks. You want anything? Alright. Saving. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. I actually like that we're getting more into the story, but most importantly, like, you don't expect it in most JRPGs or RPGs in general, but the NPCs are getting a lot of love too. Like, I loved how they put in such minute detail into just like them talking about work and how tough it's gonna be. It's the small things that matter because it makes you relate to them. You know, you're almost always focused on the main characters, the main cast, and the good thing about the Trail series is that they give everyone love, some semblance of love at least. And well, if anything else, guys, thank you all. We're gonna continue in the next one.